Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. So what happened a few days ago was I was in the bus passing through this street over here, and I couldn't help notice all the old beautiful buildings on either side of the street. Check this out. So it goes all the way along the street. And I was very curious, because typically you see one or two of these old buildings, but not a whole street, which is so well preserved. So I looked it up. So this street is called King Street. So I'm in Newtown in Sydney, Australia, and King Street is one of the most well preserved Victorian era building street. So it's got a bit of history. I will tell you what it is. So you got an aeroplane flying over a building from 1850, I would say. Such a beautiful building. So what happened was, back in the day, they wanted to make this like the second city center, you know, with like a retail hub. So a lot of money got pumped in here from 1850 to like 1900. So they started building all these buildings for the retail stores. And then after 1900, it started going down, and it was like more of a place where the working class used to live. So like the blacksmiths, electricians, and miners, etc. So slowly it became like what do you call, like a slum actually. So when the gentrification idea came in, because the wealthy wanted to kind of demolish all these Victorian buildings and build like more better buildings so that the wealthy people can move in, because of the reputation of this place, by luck it survived the gentrification. Gentrification means basically demolishing old buildings and making the area more modernized so that the richer people can move in. It's a bad thing in a way, because it displaces the current people who are living here. So by luck, Newtown, King Street here especially, did not get hit by gentrification. Therefore all these buildings, they ended up staying the way they are. Therefore it looks like a movie set from the 50 or 18 or 1900. So apparently the government makes sure that these are not damaged, etc. But it looks like it needs a paint job. But okay, we've got a church here. So after the war in 1950, people from other parts of the world were moving into Australia, and they needed like a cheap place to find to make it home, you know, in Australia. And Newtown was one of them, because it was like a working class kind of like a place. So quite a lot of people from all over the world moved here. So it's very multicultural here for maybe a couple of generations for that reason. So if you notice, we have the LGBT flag hanging there as well, because of the multiracial angle, and also there's like a bohemian lifestyle that people live here in Newtown. It could be because of the people coming from all over the world. So what bohemian basically means, because I'm throwing in big words, I didn't know about it too, I just learned it recently. So what bohemian means is people from different beliefs coming together and living together without any permanent relationship, you know. They're like free thinkers coming together and living together without any commitment kind of lifestyle. That's a bohemian lifestyle. So typically you got like people who are musicians, artists, and spiritual thinkers. Those kind of people come here, and they live in a way of friendliness, but not like, they don't expect anything. They want to be nice to each other, but without any expectation. So they don't believe in commitment as such. So this place is known for its bohemianism. So please look it up. Don't count, look up bohemianism a bit better, because maybe I didn't describe it very well. But it's a bit more like a spiritual hippie kind of way. So yeah, wow, look at this building. I have a dream. We have Martin Luther King's saying in a German font. Very interesting. Wow, look at this one. Amazing. People are still living there. It's nearly, I would say, 150 years old. Wow. If I would be living in that place, I'll have like a mustache kind of curled up, you know, to kind of go with the look. Incredible. It's crazy, like no one knew back in the day that these buildings will become like a heritage sites, or they would have not demolished whatever they demolished. Over here I don't see any buildings that were demolished. They all look like from back in the day. Now this building over here, Webster's, sorry, this is one of the early buildings that were made. So it's, what I read was like the first store that came in Newtown, it was a grocery store called Newtown, New Space Town. And then afterwards they took off the space and they called the whole place as Newtown, is what I read. And the grocery store was right here. So the name Newtown came from that grocery store. So let's go check out this bar and see what it is like. Wow. Big bay windows, if you notice. So the Victorian construction typically have like this big bay windows. So it's a list of breweries in and around Newtown. The closest being Young Henry is 500 meters away. Right here. Interesting. I don't know if we will be able to find it, but these are all the breweries in and around this place. So this is one of the oldest buildings. I think the first building that was made in Newtown. Interesting. Okay. So I don't want to give a tour of the building, but you get an idea what on the inside it's like. It's like high ceilings, brick construction. I like how all this style has come back now, like brick walls on the inside without any plaster on it. This was gone. So we've got a Victorian building with a hair salon. So this is, it's called the Webster's now. Okay, let's continue our walk. We got the Bank Hotel in front of us. I hope you're feeling the retro feel over here. I'm so excited about it. So the place is big about their art and music kind of culture over here. Quite a lot of bands come here and perform. And you know, there's a song of Coldplay called A Sky Full of Stars. A sky full of stars. You know, I'm not a great singer. That song was actually shot here. Like the path that we just walked, the guy from Coldplay, he walked that path in that video. Check it out. Sky Full of Stars. So this is the town hall of Newtown. I guess most of the important decisions of the town are made over here. Got another beautiful building next to it. Let's see what the interior looks like. Quite a lot of pubs here. So if you come here, you should come to Newtown to kind of check it out. How you doing? I was just making a quick video about King Street. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These buildings are pretty old, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are heritage.
Is Webster the first pub that was made here? Are you aware?
I'm not too sure.
Not sure? Okay, sorry. It's alright. I just read the wiki and just throwing it at everybody, you know? Cool. Yeah, she looks like she was in a party last night, slightly hungover with a hoarse throat and yeah, anyway, been there, done that. Nice of her to have a chat with us. Okay, so this is the town center. That's the train station over there. And I know I'm boring you. I'm trying to figure out something to say. How about we cross the road and see what's on the other side in that street? So the airport is pretty close to Newtown, I would say 5 kilometers away. Therefore, you can see the flights flying in to the landing over there. Okay, we go now. Cafe Newtown. So this is King Street we came in, and it's diverging into 2 streets now. So we'll pick that street. That looks a bit more like an older part of the street. So if you notice, this street is pretty wide, and I'm sure it was the same size back in the day. That also says about the amount of traffic that was going through this place and how important it was. It's like a two-way street, and you got buildings on either side. Obviously these buildings were there back in the day, like this one, the George's Hall. Wow, I like how they kept the paint job as well intact. I believe if you have like that color on the top, it's typically like a government building. Maybe back in the day it was, but now it's a Newtown High School for Performing Arts. So the retail culture which was there back in the day is still maintained. We've got quite a lot of retail stores here. Let's cross the road if we can. Maybe not right now, because I wanted to see this terrace. So this is all the retail section, but once we go in a little bit, that's where all the working class used to live in their Victorian era buildings. So if we can find a way to get to one of the estate, maybe we will be able to see the Victorian buildings they used to live in. So I was just looking up these houses behind the street. One of them was for 5 million, and it was made maybe 150 years ago. So that Victorian style buildings are like big in demand right now. You see a lot of street art. Let's go check that church out. Greek Orthodox. Wow. It smells really nice. I guess it's the flowers. Wow. Hi, how are you? Is there any occasion? Is there any occasion?
Greek Easter.
Greek Easter?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Do you know when this building was made?
Who?
This building, when was it made?
Well, we don't know,
Okay.
but this building, the Greek Orthodox Church, buy this church 1967.
Okay, okay. Before it was a different church.
Yeah, I think the Church of England, I think.
Okay.
But I don't have, maybe outside if you see something.
Yeah.
You can.
Cool. It's very beautiful.
Very nice.
Happy Greek Easter.
Thank you, all the best. All the best. Thank you.
So yeah. Lovely ladies. So, okay, so it was not a Greek Orthodox church all along. It was a different church. They bought it in 1967. That means the community which came from outside, they were doing pretty well over here because they were bringing all their different culture like coffee and foods and etc. And there was like a big retail community over here, and they just, I think they just capitalized on it, selling their culture's specialities. Wow, look at this building. Dude, I know it's old, but come on. We can just repaint it, I suppose, but I don't know. Doesn't make it look better. Sandringham Hotel. Nice. It's got loads of terraced houses over here. Yeah, I wanted to talk to someone local, but I don't know, it's kind of intimidating to stop someone and have a chat. But let's see. Maybe not in this video, maybe in the next one. Okay, so I think that's about it. We'll just end the video around the corner over there. We got some yoga place here. That's a pretty wide street. Hi. People are friendly though over here, I would say that. Wow, look at that art. Is there a zebra crossing here? Yes, there's. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? Let's check it out a bit from close. Okay, this lady. You got white sharks. And I don't know what you make of it. I see a squid. It's beautiful nonetheless. A lot of work must have gone into this. Wow. That kind of sums up Newtown for you, like a very artsy place and very hip, and it's just the combination of these old buildings, like Victorian buildings, with like modern people who think in a bohemian way. It's just such a beautiful combination coming together. Hope you felt that in this video, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.